Massive thanks to the mad lads and ladies supporting the channel. The doggos say thanks.
Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter. Today we are going to be doing the Velociprey hunting event quest. I need to kill 30 Velociprey. Now, this video is most likely going to be unedited and completely raw, and the reason for that is because I forgot to hit record whenever I record today. As is, you're not really missing a lot. All I was really doing was yapping while grinding out the Rathian quest. Now, I'm sure this would have been more entertaining to watch, but honestly, this video, this is just going to kind of get into some personal stuff, so if that's not really your thing, if you're just here for Monster Hunter and you don't really care about, you know, me and my motivation to him as a person, and, you know, that's understandable as well. I don't expect you to. I'm mostly just kind of using this as a sort of diary dump. So anybody who might be new or newer to the series, to my channel, or whatever else, I just wanted to explain a little bit about myself, because I have about 25 minutes left in order to finish recording this, and then I can start to upload it. And this won't take that long, but yeah, I need to hurry up because right now I'm just on a huge time crunch. So I just want to use this chance to talk a little bit about why I want to do this YouTube channel, why do I want to be a content creator. Because since I have to grind for HR points anyways, and grind for, honestly, I was going to say a high rank Rathalos gear, but if anybody in my community can help me with it, I might be willing to do the Fatalis quest enough times to grind the Fatalis gear. But either way, that aside, I know that I've kind of been in the adult world for about 10 years now, and I've kind of had to survive on my own and whatever else. And I just want to explain like why I'm trying so hard to be a content creator. So I know I talk about a lot like, oh, I want to make this a full-time thing, and it's not because I think it's going to be easy. And I know some people, like, I can understand how it comes off as sort of money grubbing or, you know, clout chasing, whatever else. And I guess I just kind of want to use this chance to, I guess, I'm not going to say defend myself, because I'm not, like, defending that, yeah, it does come off as that way. But I want to explain why I do have that specific mindset. So, yeah, I've been diagnosed, and I was like 14 whenever I got it. I got diagnosed with a form of autism when I was a kid. And basically, it just means I'm terrible at words. I'm terrible at socializing, and it's something I'm just really gonna have to work on. So in order to explain, like, why I do have this, wow, 30, that's 30, almost 30 Velociprey, that's 25. But in order to explain this mindset, basically where I'm coming from is that there's like 3 really big reasons to this. The first reason why is because this is just something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. Since the time I was like, oh, I'm not even going to say a kid, probably like 19, 20 when I realized, oh, this is something you can make a living off of. It is something I've wanted to do. I've just kind of lacked the hardware, lacked the technical know-how, and I guess lacked the discipline in order to be a content creator and consistently upload. And pretty much where I'm at now, I'm working like full-time, but I can at least dedicate a little bit of time. So, yeah, you know, even if it's like 15 minutes or something like that, how long this video is going to be in order to do so. So that's the first reason. I've always wanted to do it because I love video games, I love playing video games, and I love using that to interact with people. I was always bullied as a kid. I literally, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, literally never had friends. Never in my life. I mean, not until a few years ago anyways. And yeah, growing up with that, it's kind of stunted me a little bit. And my only interaction with people was like NPCs in video games. And because of that, it just kind of given me this sort of attachment to video games as a form of socializing and getting along with people and getting to know people. The second reason, it's, I guess it's a little bit more, for lack of a better term, selfish, I guess. The second reason is because I really don't think I can handle, you know, the 9 to 5, I guess, for lack of a better term. So, what am I even doing? I don't even need that stuff. So, for lack of a better term, oh, that's an iPraise skill. For lack of a better term, I've been working a labor job for the last year almost. And I've done like 5 years in tech support. I did like a year in the food service industry. I did a year in law enforcement. And I even, you know, tried the military, which I failed miserably. But now that, you know, with our current political climate and even our previous political climate, I'm glad I didn't go into the military because I do not want to take orders from, you know, a horrible... I'm not going to get political here. I don't lean either way. I think it's dumb leaning either way instead of just being like, you know, oh, well, this is an actual good person trying to do an actual good thing. I think that's the way I politically lean. But all that aside, I think the, you know, like I said, I just don't think I can handle the typical 9 to 5. I've been doing it for about 10 years now, and it's miserable. I can't just, I really hate it. I really, really hate it. And it's not even like, you know, oh, I want to be lazy, I hate it, or anything else. It's that mentally, I'm worse off than I was before I did these jobs. Physically, in my current job, which is a labor job, I am physically hurting myself to a point where, at some points, if it continues for another year or two, the damage will most likely be permanent or it's semi-permanent and could take a few years to properly heal. Or, you know, reverse, if it can be reversed. Just because it is like a really physically intense job. Not all the time, but at times it gets ludicrously physically intense. I'm talking like lifting over 100 pounds just on your own, like hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. And for those of you who don't know, I work at a lumber mill. Some of these boards do get to be like 100, 150 pounds, and then we'll have to spend multiple hours or even sometimes multiple days moving these boards off the line and into a stack behind us. And yeah, for the most of that, the weight is distributed, but there are times where we pretty much have to bear like the full brunt of that weight, and it's just really painful, and it does cause damage to your body after a while. So just in general, and I'm sure there's techniques I'm not utilizing, but just in general, there are certain aspects of just doing the typical 9 to 5 that other people can handle better than I can, but I'm just at that point where, without my dogs, I probably wouldn't have even been trying to keep working still. I mostly work for my dogs, so the just a typical labor force, knowing that I'll never be able to get a house with my current job without some master's degree and an extremely well-paying job, like well over 6 figures, like in the multi 6 figures. You know, knowing that, you know, the chance of a promotion is very little unless I'm like literally one of the best at the jobs, and knowing it's most like promotions now are mostly done through like nepotism, and it's just the current state of the economy, the workforce, and whatever else. It's just, yeah, it's just enough to kind of make you apathetic. So that's kind of the second reason that's a bit more personal. The third reason, I mean, yeah, this is, well, I mean, selfish. The third reason, this one's on the personal side. So the third reason why I want to be a content creator is because, well, in order to not, like, get too far into details, just consider me like an orphan child. My family was never really a part of my life too much. And not to say they neglected me physically, they fed me and stuff, and some of them were there, and some of them still are kind of in and out there. And, like, I know my dad will even sometimes watch my videos, and if he does, he knows exactly what I mean and what I'm talking about, because I've had this discussion with him. But I just, yeah, I don't have that safety net of being able to live in my parents' basement for, like, 3 to 5 years. And I've had to move in order to avoid being homeless a lot. That's pretty funny. It's always funny seeing the Velocipray hit each other in midair. Absolute cinema. But I've always been in a position where I just don't have anywhere I can stay for multiple years. You know, barely making it, paying just enough for like very little rent, and do something like go to college, like being able to afford going to college. That's like tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes $100,000, and until I live somewhere for a certain length of time, and that's assuming that, you know, all those federal funding grants for college students and stuff aren't completely out the window now. Yeah, I'm not even, like, I haven't been able to go to college, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to go to college. And even if I do go to college, the chances of getting a good job from getting, like, a bachelor's degree have gone from, like, 80 to 90% all the way down to, like, maybe 20 to 30%, because nobody's hiring. Because people already got these good paying positions, and they're all caught up, and now all these people with bachelor's degrees have to, like, work at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or doing, like, basic tech support or entry-level jobs, because their experience doesn't apply to that job, and all the jobs their experience does apply to has already been snapped up. And like I said, I'm just not somebody who has a college degree or the ability to stay somewhere long enough to get one. At least not since I've been alive, basically. I'm gonna be honest, the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my entire life, like non-stop without moving, even as a kid, has been about 4 years. So for me, this really is the best chance I have to have any chance of surviving in life without having to constantly break my body or wear down my mental and emotional state just to survive. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice playing video games with people and stuff, and I do want to do this job, like, not even, I can't call it a job. I do want to be a content creator, not an influencer, a content creator, like, because I want to make people happy, because I want people to, like, listen to my stuff while they're at work and be like, yeah, this helps me get through my day, or, watch my stuff whenever they're bored and be like, yeah, this entertained me and made my day a little better, and made me smile, or at least mildly amused me. And I know I've said before in, like, one of my previous videos early on, one of the reasons is because, if there's, like, a whole thing where it's like, oh, eat Tide Pods, I want to be able to say, like, hey, don't eat Tide Pods, and people will actually take it seriously, not eat Tide Pods. Maybe people have considered that before. Please don't eat Tide Pods. As is where I'm at right now, I am lucky. I never expected to even get this far, and I really don't expect to go much further, but I do, like, I don't want to develop a parasocial relationship. Not like an unhealthy parasocial relationship. There's always some extent of that. It's like Omni. He's a creator I listen to while I'm at work. And it's like he said, he's like, oh, hey, join the call. I'm not going to say it like that. I know he doesn't actually mean it. I hope he doesn't actually mean it. But I know that when it comes to being a content creator, there is some sort of parasocial relationship that will develop as you learn more about them and as you enjoy their content. It's like you are happy to interact with them, even if it's just through watching their content. So, I don't want to develop a parasocial relationship to where it's unhealthy, but I do want to, like, the reason why I did this video is because I do want to have something put out there, but at the same time, I also want to use my time to, like, interact with y'all and develop a, I don't know, just to, I guess, develop an understanding of who I am, what I expect, and, what I expect from y'all. I expect y'all to just be there, join me, enjoy Monster Hunter, eventually Dark Souls and Final Fantasy if I do this for that long, and I beat all the quests and all the Monster Hunter games in that time. And I don't know, yeah, I'm really excited to always see y'all. To see somebody in the Discord, to see somebody in the comments, to whatever else. Like, the engagement aside, more people make brain feel good. It makes brain happy. Line go up, brain happy. Whether that's through content, new people, more interactions with previous viewers. It is nice. It is something that I genuinely enjoy and I genuinely love. And it's something that does make me happy in a time where I'd normally be feeling a lot of despair. I am definitely in a crossroads in my life. I'm objectively both the most miserable and the happiest I've been in my entire life. And I know I talk about, like, oh, I'm so excited to be a content creator, and, maybe I can do this full time. It's not for the clout and the money. Now, the money is a part of it in that I was homeless last year. I didn't have any money to feed myself and my dogs. So avoiding that sort of situation ever happening again is my top priority. And in the sense of the money, be in that situation where on a month-to-month basis, I can afford to feed my dogs, feed myself without having to rely on other people, or without having to worry about asking other people for help or to rely on them. That's all I care about. I don't care about having a house. I don't care about necessarily having a car. If I have access to the internet to make my content, which makes me happy, and then feed myself and my dogs, that's all I need. And that aside, I am also excited just because this is something that I love. And it's something that I love to do, and it's something that makes me happy. So, I hope this video has been informative on just telling y'all a bit about myself and what I want. I know I did a video before, and I kind of worded it a little poorly. I think I said something along the lines of, like, I want the power to do this, and that's not necessarily a part of it. Just, if I see somebody doing something dangerous, and I say, hey, don't do that, and then they don't do that, that's kind of the baseline of what I meant. But besides that, I do want to make people happy. I do want to interact with people. I want to build up a social life. And I want to do, like, meet and greets and go to different countries and meet these people and set up little hubs with, like, multiple devices where people can play Monster Hunter together. So, like, right now I have 3 different computers, technically, that people could play Monster Hunter World on. And I have, like, 3 different mobile devices that people could emulate the older games on. And it's, like, setting up these hubs for people to play Monster Hunter. I know I've talked about these things before, and it's something I am really excited about. I know sometimes I can get a little lost in the sauce, and I do apologize for that. If anybody does notice that, I know one of my moderators, Nyan, and I'm very always appreciative of him. He's done so much to help get this channel moving along and keeping the bots out and everything else. He does catch me on it, and I do ask, if I do see me get a little lost in the sauce, do catch me on it. But that said, for anybody who did stick around and listen, thank y'all very much, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all. I will be keeping you updated on my personal life as it moves along, whether I end up needing some help, whether I find a place and it's good, or whatever happens. But the goal is to get to where I can make more content more often at a higher quality. And if I can make people happy, if I can make people's days a little bit better, that's really all I care about. But that said, thank everybody so much for watching. Sorry this video is going to be unedited, but I forgot to record when I did my video before. So yeah, I have to go to work in 30 minutes. So pretty much it's going to be wait for this video to encode with Shutter encoder and then upload it. And then at that point, it'll be time for me to go to work. So instead of, dropping it into DaVinci Resolve and editing it. So yeah, if y'all want to join a community of other Monster Hunters, people who are playing all the other games, yeah, check out my Discord, linked in the description below. If you want to support the future of the channel, check out Patreon. I really don't want to do memberships on YouTube. I don't want to re-verify my information so YouTube can re-enable monetization because, I don't want to do ads to begin with, but I don't want other companies to do ads on my videos either. I've noticed that, checking from different devices, and do tell me if I'm wrong, none of my videos, none of my streams, they have ads on them because I have monetization completely disabled. And that includes memberships, because there isn't a way you can enable memberships while also, disabling monetization from other companies like copyright claiming your videos. So I would rather delete my video than give someone the satisfaction of stealing from my audience and exposing them to scams and advertisements to steal from my audience. So yeah, I'm just that kind of petty person. I will give up a stream of revenue in order to do that because for me, that's the right thing to do, and that's just the type of person I am. But I'm getting a little too heated on that. I just hate scammers. I really hate scammers. But yeah, if you want to support the future... excuse me. Sorry, I would edit that out, but I can't edit it. So yeah, a little eyebrow cough for y'all. Yeah, if you want to support the future of the channel, check out my Patreon, linked in the description below, and, or sub on Twitch. Either way. Or just being here. Being here does support the channel. So, yeah, just stick around. We're gonna do some more Monster Hunter, do some Skyrim animation at some point. This weekend I'm gonna be doing Sky Gunner, because one of my Patreon members, Winran, they're wanting to see me play Sky Gunner, so I'm gonna do Sky Gunner. Yeah, I think that covers everything, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe, and have a good day. Bye now.